Amir Khan finished the year on top of the world, having lit up the Nevada desert in a thrilling shootout with Marcus Maidana. But before his homecoming against Paul "Duty" McCloskey, the WBA champion had to travel again, following Manny Pacquiao and trainer Freddie Roach to the Philippines, where he shared a gym with Alex Ariza, the conditioner he just shockingly dismissed, as he worked with the man that replaced him, Michael Vale.
It came as a shock to me how things happen, but you know, this is the business that we're in sometimes, and sometimes, you know, not every match is going to be made in heaven.
He was very busy with Manny Pacquiao, you know, a few things in the camp I'm not happy about, and you know, it's very hard for him to show up and then work with me and work with Manny at the same time. So I decided to move on, and Freddie decided to bring in Mike.
Alex and I are both top professionals, and Alex is working with Manny, I'm working with Amir. It's not been a problem at all, no.
The full reasons for the split are still murky. What is clear is that Vale is pushing his new charge as never before.
Knees up, knees up, knees up, all the way through, all the way through. Don't anticipate, you never know what's coming. You never know when a shot's gonna come or where it's coming from.
It's a punishing regime that Khan does occasionally question.
How many?
Bend the knees, bend the knees. 50.
50?
50, last one. 10 more. 10, 9, dig down. 10, 9, 2, 1.
In an effort to reduce the impact on Amir's fatigued body, Vale decides that his fighter has earned a trip to the resort pool.
Go and swim out comfortably. When I blow the whistle, go hard.
And back in the gym, when the gloves are on, it's Roach who calls the shots.
Straight back again.
Yeah, you can throw it straight back in, man. But don't reach with the body shot.
At last count, done given at a population of 2,993. And seemingly every single one of them has gone duty crazy.
It is duty mad. There's nobody in the given that doesn't follow duty. Even before this fight came about, Duty's one of the most modest people you'll ever meet. And that's why he has biggest support. He knows where he came from.
Do it, Duty.
The love between Paul and his community is mutual. Children of local primary school St. Canice's have been inspired.
Paul is someone whom the school is mighty proud of. There's a lot of activity going on in the school at the moment. We have an in-house poster competition running, whereby we've invited the children to design a poster to celebrate Paul's achievement to this point, and that in itself has generated an awful lot of enthusiasm and interest. He's reaching now for the pinnacle, and please God he'll get there.
We're very proud of Paul. He's a past pupil here of St. Canice's Primary School Dungiven, and all the children in St. Canice's have one message for M.E.N. You ready, children? If anyone can, Duty can!
But Paul's also fighting for his family.
What's your body? You okay, Muffler?
Yeah.
It's horrible being away from your family, but I'm using that there as a motivation to drive me on. I say, you know, being away from not seeing my kids every day and seeing the wife every day, it definitely does. It annoys me, and I say I use it as an extra tool to drive me on when I'm tired and when I'm getting my tight in the gym.
Over a 9-week camp, McCloskey's been based in Belfast under the tutelage of respected trainer John Breen.
When I'm doing the pods with the boxers, I expect them to fight that way when they're fighting under pressure. They need to be working under pressure, and I do my best to bring the best out in them. Again, I enjoy doing it. To bring Paul McCloskey to where he is and where he's going to be, that's your incentive.
Working with his own conditioner Oliver Cummings,
okay, 60, let's go.
McCloskey
18,
is as ready
9,
as he possibly can be.
18, 20.
Khan remains an overwhelming favourite. He's fought and won at a much higher level. But there are question marks over his preparations. And for McCloskey, this is the chance he's been desperate for.
In my mind, I'm going to be a world champion. I've got the ability to beat anybody. That's the way I feel. That's what I believe.
I'm not one of them guys to go in there and take it easy. I go in there and give it all. everything I've got, and I'm going to go in there and there's going to be fireworks on that night.
Prime Time welcomes you to the M.E.N Arena in central Manchester. Some of boxing's biggest characters are fought here. Tyson, Ben, Calzaghe, Eubank, Hamid and Hatton. Tonight it is Amir Khan who tops the bill as he puts his world title on the line. Hello there, good evening. Thanks very much indeed for joining us on Prime Time. By the way, Khan and the challenger McCloskey are going to be in the ring just after 10 o'clock in 2 hours' time. In the meantime, we have some quality live action lined up for you. I'll tell you about those fights in just a moment. First of all, let us hear from the champion and the unbeaten challenger. Khan and McCloskey have very different opinions on how the night might end.
My job is to go into the fight and win the fight in style. Show the crowd and the boxing fans out there in the world how good Amir Khan is.
I'm in the best shape of my life and I'm looking forward to getting in the morning and win that title.
I've got my world title on the line and I want to keep all of that world title, and you've got Paul McCloskey fighting for a world title. I mean, for British boxing I think it's a massive fight.
He has weaknesses, so do I. We all have weaknesses, but Hazard playing the routine now, and I've been checking them out. We've been studying them, we've been looking at them, and I've been working on them obviously. So I say my game plan is going to obviously exploit them as much as possible.
I think my strengths are my speed, my power, my heart.
When I land shots, I usually hurt people, so I guarantee won the fighting points. If I land some good shots, who knows what will happen.
We're going to be ready for the full distance really, but if the fight goes in the first round or the second round and I see him hurt, I mean, I'm going to put the pressure on him, because I think everyone knows out there that when I hit an opponent and I see him hurt, I mean, I go for the kill, I go for the finish.
Early yesterday afternoon, McCloskey and Khan weighed in at an atmospheric Triangle shopping centre not far from us here at the M.E.N Arena. 10 stones, 140 pounds, the light welterweight limit. Both made that limit comfortably with £1 to spare. Khan looking in fantastic shape from nearby Bolton, but you know, his fans might just have a battle on their hands later, because McCloskey brings massive support from across the water and is not fazed in any way by the task he faces tonight. I am delighted to be joined by two former world champions. Steve Collins, remember you had a couple of brilliant years, didn't you, in the mid-90s at middleweight, and Mr. Eubank you beat, and then you moved up to super middleweight, and Nigel Benn beat him and retired him, didn't you? And a pretty decent career. We're delighted to have you with us tonight. And also Rob Reed, the Grim Reaper, a world champion himself at super middleweight, been in with the best, Calzaghe, Froch and Lacey. Gentlemen, it is great to have you with us tonight. And Rob, you live around these parts, don't you?
Yeah, not
just
far.
Give us an indication of the feeling around Manchester and the area building up to this fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's great in Manchester. I mean, I boxed there myself. I've defended my WBC.
I should have mentioned you as
Yeah,
one of the all-time greats at the top, shouldn't I?
But I defended my WBC title against Henry Wharton from Leeds at the M.E.N. And I remember 22,000 at the stadium. And it's a great atmosphere. It's good boxing town, Manchester. Do you know what I mean? And it was great, and it was good to defend my title here. So the crowd will be behind him.
It's obviously going to fill up a little bit. The word has got round that the main fight won't be starting for a couple of hours, and we're expecting a lot of Irish fans here tonight, by the way, Steve. And you know, when those Irish fans travel and they give you some support, it gives the boxers a real tingle, inspires them, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, they like to sing, and so you hear some good singing at ringside tonight. Also, by the time the fight takes place, a lot of the Manchester City and Manchester United fans will be hopping on the train to get up here and catch the main event tonight, so it's going to be a good atmosphere and good buzz later on.
And the Manchester City fans might just be a bit happier than the United fans at this moment, as they beat them down there at Wembley.
It's a game of two halves, you know. We don't talk football or boxing.
Yeah, it is. Just a quick one from you about the challenge. You're a big underdog. What sort of chance do you give him?
You said people are classed him as a big underdog, but I mean, he's 31 years old. This is his big opportunity. He may never get this chance again, and he's getting in with Amir Khan, who to me is a super and very, very, very talented fighter. So, but the pressure's on Amir Khan to win tonight, because they're already talking about unification belts for him next. But they're forgetting tonight that he has McCloskey in front of him, and McCloskey is a hungry fighter. He's undefeated, and he's dangerous.
Okay, that's good for you too for the moment. Thank you very much indeed. It's going to be a very busy night here on Prime Time for our roving reporter Andy Kerr. He's going to be scouring all corners of the M.E.N Arena, looking for those characters, looking for all the interviews. Hi Andy, where are you now, mate?
Thanks very much, Jim. Yes, it is a busy place down here backstage, but this is the calm amid the storm. This is the dressing room of that man there, Amir Khan. It's been a long time we've been waiting to see Amir back in action. 16 months since he boxed back in his home country. Amir, this has been an interesting fight week. How are you feeling this close to the fight now?
I'm looking forward to it now. All the hard work's been done. It's all about just coming here and performing in front of my home crowd. Like you said, over 16 months since I've been here, and I always love fighting in the M.E.N arena, and it's just great to be part of. Be part of Khan Promotions and Ham Promotions and put on a big show. I'm sure it's a sellout out there, and people are just ready to see me fight.
One thing that always surprises me about yourself in particular is we're so close to a fight, and you just look as if you're just chilling now. It could be doing anything. You wouldn't realise in 2 hours' time you were stepping out in front of 18,000 people, world title on the line.
Yeah, one thing about me, I know all the hard work's been done. I mean, I train so hard, so I've not got one doubt in my mind that I'm not ready for this fight. I'm more than ready for this fight. All the hard work I've put in, it just gives me confidence, and that's the reason I'm so calm, because I know once I get into that ring, I'm just going to be like autopilot. I just cruise through what I have to do. I've got Freddie in my corner and Mike, and I've got a great team around me, and we work very hard for this fight, so we're not going to throw it all away. I have to just stay nice and calm, go through the instructions in my mind, and just stay smart.
It's been fair to say there have been a few mind games being played in the build-up to this one. One or two things said, one or two suggestions from the opposition camp. Has it bothered you?
Was there any mind games? I don't know. I mean, that just shows how much how much it bothered me. I mean, one thing about me, I never get involved in the business side. Business side can stay out of it. The main thing for me was to train hard. I spent time in LA, Philippines. I trained very hard for this fight, so nothing could go wrong for me. That's my job to win tonight, regardless of what's going on around. And the business side of it, I mean, I'm staying out of that.
As for your fans, is this one where we just sit back and enjoy, because we're probably not going to see you box in the UK for a little while after tonight? Is this a chance for you to give something back and just say, enjoy seeing Amir Khan box at home?
That's what I want, I want the home fans out there at home, or even if they're here, to tune in and watch me fight, because it might not be a long time till I come back here again. But I love my UK fans, and I'm sure it's going to be a great performance out there tonight. You got Paul McCloskey, unbeaten guy who's ready, and you've got me who's ready, and it's going to be a tough fight. I mean, I'm excited. I just want to get in there and get the job done with, but I just don't want people to miss it, because this could be one of the last ones here.
Amir, best of luck. Enjoy tonight.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Amir. It really is a who's who backstage tonight. We'll try and give you a full flavour of what's going on. We'll have a chat to Amir's team. We'll speak to Freddie Roach shortly. Oscar De La Hoya is here. So we'll try and get interactive as well. If you want to get involved with us, we'll be keeping an eye on the forums. And of course, we're on Twitter as well. So if you want to get involved, just drop us a line there. I'm Andy Kerr TV, at Andy Kerr TV on Twitter. Get involved, and we'll try and keep interactive and get you involved tonight.
And will it be a great night for Paul McCloskey? European champion, unbeaten, a real hero in Dungiven, 50 miles away from Belfast, population 3,000, and this fella's friends and relatives have sold 3,000 tickets. Absolutely amazing. He will not be fazed by this in any way. A very laid-back character indeed, and making his way here to do the business against Amir Khan, and that fight will be in the ring in round about an hour and a quarter's time.
I have ambitions in life, and I've got ambitions and I've got dreams that I want to achieve. And I think that's what drives me every morning when I wake up. I know I've got a fight coming up and I want to reach the top. One day I want to become pound for pound best fighter in the world, and that's what takes me far in life and pushes me. And I think every fighter needs to be like that. Really, you need to wake up and have these dreams, and hopefully get McCloskey out of the way. I wanna fight for the unification title against Timothy Bradley, and hopefully after fighting him I want to probably move up a weight and maybe fight at 147 welterweight. I mean, these are my dreams, and I want to start working my way up the pound for pound rankings. I'm with the right people, the right camp, with the right team in LA, and I'm sure having the experience, Freddie having the experience working with Manny Pacquiao, getting him right to the top of that title, pound for pound title, I'm sure he can do the same with me. I think I've totally changed as a person and as a fighter since I've been in America. I think, since the loss, I think I went from a boy to a man. And people might think it disheartened me, but in a way it helped me. And I've overcome that defeat now. It's only made me a better fighter, and I think it was a blessing in disguise. If that defeat didn't happen, I don't think I would have gone to America. I wouldn't be with Freddie Roach and the wildcard camp. I mean, I've taken boxing more seriously now. I'm more professional as a fighter, and I don't want to see that day again, where I lose a fight. And there's too much on stake there. I think if I want to become one of the best fighters pound for pound, I can't afford to lose now. I have to keep on winning, and not only winning, but keep on performing well. I want to be following the footsteps of Manny Pacquiao and taking his shoes once he retires. I mean, there's talks a lot about me and Manny fighting each other, And Freddie laughed the other day and he said, look, if that fight ever happened, I'll probably sit at home and watch it from home, because, you know, like I said, he's got priorities for both of us. I mean, he loves us both, and he just wants the best from both of us in our lives. And you know, but the thing is about me and Manny, we're really good friends now, and I think Freddie wants me to follow his footsteps. And whenever people interview Freddie, he's always saying Amir will be the next Manny Pacquiao for me, and I think that's only confidence really. That only gives me a push, because someone like Freddie Roach, who's trained the best fighters in the world, like Mike Tyson, Bernard Hopkins, Oscar De La Hoya and Manny Pacquiao himself, for him to say something like that, I think it's a big thing for me.
You might not know much about Paul McCloskey. You're not supposed to. He's purposely stayed low profile, under the radar. That's the way he likes it.
I come from the Given, which is in County Derry. It's a small town. There's about 10,000 in the Given. Irish sporting history in it, you know, it's a Gaelic background, you know, a lot of Gaelic football, a lot of hurling, you know, so over here probably people don't know much about the Given, but I say I plan to put it on the map for definite. Oh well, when I was growing up as a kid, there was another fella called Paul McCloskey on my side. He was about maybe 10 years older than me roughly, so I don't know his age exactly, but they called him Big Dude, and they called me Wee Dude because we both had the same name, and it lingered on to Duty somehow, and the rest is history. It's just stuck ever since, you know. The Duty Army, they have been going mental this last 9-10 weeks. It's been unreal. They've been just a couple of weeks ago they gave me like a send-off, you know, and the town itself was just packed with people, you know, and it's given me such a lift. It's making me want to bring that belt back home, you know.
7,000 foot soldiers of the McCloskey Regiment are expected here tonight. It could be more. Hardly surprising when it's estimated that 35% of Manchester's population has Irish heritage.
So this is relaxing. This is relaxing, so it does chills you out a bit more. You know what I mean? Say it takes away from the actual mental side of the thinking of the fight. You know, Andy.
In Ireland, Paul is a hero. He's the best light welterweight in Europe, they say. He's got the belt to prove it. But this fight is a step up to world level, and with that comes media attention and hype.
My job is to box. Anything that happens outside that doesn't bother me, you know, so that's why I have a good team around me, and that's why I'm still doing what I'm doing, you know, so Amir's a great fighter. Obviously he got beat a few years back, and he's come back really well since then, and he's established himself as one of the top names in boxing at the minute, you know, so I respect him as a fighter, I respect him as a person. I've seen his last number of fights and he's been really good, you know, but he has flaws, he has weaknesses, so for me to beat him I'm going to have to exploit them flaws.
McCloskey wants Khan's belt. Amir would love to still have Paul's O beside his name. Khan says he'll take that tonight. If he doesn't, then this quiet, unassuming, but immensely talented Irishman will leave with that WBA Championship of the World.
Here we have Amir Khan getting himself ready. Freddie Roach lacing him up. What a great trainer Freddie Roach. And of course with Freddie Roach, they got together after the law fight in which he lost to Brady Prescott. It's been Freddie Roach ever since, and 6 wins in a row have come since then.
We will look forward to that indeed. Andy Rendell Munro saying he really wanted a distance fight, took this fight at late notice, but let me tell you now, well, when we started a couple of hours ago here on Prime Time, this place was quiet. Have a look at it now, the M.E.N arena, and a big atmosphere building up between Amir Khan fans from Bolton and the Irish army that have come across, 6,000 or 7,000 of them supporting the big underdog McCloskey. This place is absolutely jumping at the moment, and it's a proper big fight atmosphere. Rob, you know all about it, don't you? This is tasty.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, it's always, you know, it's always when you've got big fights in Manchester, the crowd will always show out for the fights. And as you can see from tonight, you know, the crowd have turned out. They love the boxing, and here they are again to back their man there, Amir Khan. Brilliant atmosphere, brilliant.
Cheers, Rob Reid. Okay, now we're going to chat to a fellow. 10 world titles at different weights, 92 Olympic gold medalists, responsible for the promotion here tonight as well. Great to have him on prime time, Mr. Oscar de la Hoya.
Yeah, excuse me if I look just a little bit starstruck, Jim, the golden boy Oscar de la Hoya with us. Oscar, it's great to have you with us tonight here on prime time. How big is this for you tonight? How important is it to see Amir Khan showcase his skills in front of his home crowd?
Well, it's very important because when you're a fighter, not only do your skills dictate what's going to happen inside the ring, but also the crowd, also the people that are here to see McCloskey, the people that are here to see Amir Khan. Can you handle the pressure? Can you handle the pressure of 17, 18,000 people here? It is unbelievable. So we feel that it's going to be a special night.
Ovations for you, Oscar. That's 18,000 people on their feet saluting this man. Can Amir Khan do what you've done? Can he go on to do what the Golden Boy has done?
Well, look, I really do feel that Amir Khan has the talent, has the tools. I feel that Amir Khan can go very far. His stature, his weight, his punch, his speed, his power. I believe he can go very, very far.
Just tell me a little bit about why you're so keen to be involved with him. What does Amir Khan do to the American market? How popular is he stateside right now?
Well, right now he's very popular. He's making a name for himself. He's proving to all the fans that he wants to fight, that he can fight, that he has the talent to go very far. And at the same time, he's a very special kid outside the ring. He conducts himself well. He's very likable. The most important part of all of this, the whole package with Amir Khan, is that he can fight. We have a real fighter in our hands.
I just wonder, Oscar, is part of the danger, we're all looking ahead at perhaps unification fights, stepping up. Is there one risk for Amir Khan tonight, that perhaps he looks ahead and doesn't take Paul McCloskey seriously, that he's already thinking about Timothy Bradley in June, July?
Well, look, I'm sure that Amir Khan is not thinking about Timothy Bradley. We are, as promoters, we are as his team, but obviously Amir Khan, with the person he is, the fighter he is, he's focused on one person tonight, and that is Paul.
Give us a prediction, Oscar. How does this one go?
Well, if Paul can use his side-to-side movements, his speed, he can give Amir Khan trouble. But I feel that Amir Khan, in the first few rounds, you're going to see if he can show that he's the boss up in that ring. We might see a fight that can either go 2 rounds or that can go 12.
Could be interesting. Oscar, appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Oscar de la Hoya doesn't get much better than that, and the atmosphere right now here, Jim, it is giving us goose pimples ringside. It's electric.
Super job down there, Andy. Very well done indeed. Hedging his bets a bit there, Oscar de la Hoya. But how calm does this fella look? Paul McCloskey, the hero in Dungiven, 50 miles away from Belfast, the shopkeeper there, facing the biggest night of his life. And he's determined to become the first man from Derry to win a world title. Let's have a word with him.
I don't hate anybody. I'm a father of 2 lovely young boys, you know, and I say I don't want to go on TV and trash talk or badmouth anybody. I say it's a job, but it's a sport too, and I say I respect everybody who's on there, and I respect Amir as well. Everybody's got strengths and weaknesses, you know, and I'm not going to talk about his weaknesses on television, obviously, but he has weaknesses. So do I. We all have weaknesses, but Hazard playing to be seen now, and I've been checking them out. We've been studying them, we've been looking at them, and I've been working on them, obviously. So I say my game plan is going to obviously exploit them as much as possible. So I stay in control when you're on there and sticking to your game plan, all the training you've done over the period of time. You want to stick with that and carry out a job, but again, sometimes you can drag down that fight whether you like it or not, and you have to just deal with it there and then.
Is there any risk at all that he's underestimated you for this fight?
I think there could be, but again, I don't think Freddie will let him be like that, you know. But again, you never know with what's been going on. There could be distractions, who knows? But again, going in that ring, I'm going to be completely focused on the best Amir Khan. For me to get in there thinking about Amir Khan not focus me, or an Amir Khan hasn't been prepared properly, would be silly. So I'm just focused on Amir Khan at his best.
What an atmosphere here at the M.E.N Arena. I hope it's coming through your screens on prime time. 15 to 18,000 people here. They love their sport in Manchester. They love their boxing. And Steve Collins, a fellow who has won world titles for Ireland, if you can hear me over there. This fellow McCloskey, he impresses me. His whole attitude is right. His build-up has been right. Has he got the skills, though, to cause an upset?
everybody's dangerous who fights for a world title. He has the skills, he has the power, but M.E.N is something special. If M.E.N, you know, makes a mistake, and McCloskey could jump in and make him pay for that mistake, you know. But M.E.N's a very special fighter, but you know, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and you as a local fella from up here, it's a special night, isn't it? I can almost feel you almost ready to get it on.
I'm excited to get a chance to the vibe myself, but the thing is, like I said from the beginning, McCloskey is the big underdog. He's got nothing to lose and everything to gain here. The guy can punch and he's a slick southpaw, and you never know.
Right then, let us get the final thoughts of the WBA light welterweight champion, ready to make his fourth defence. 24 wins out of 25 from round the corner in Bolton. It's Amir Khan.
My heart, you know, standing there sometimes, and you know, and I think my weaknesses are, you know, sometimes being too brave, sometimes lunging in and trying too hard. I mean, not sticking with the game plan. But we've been working on stuff like that, you know, with Freddie. Since I've been at Freddie Roach's gym in the wild card, I think I've totally made a big difference in my style, and I really think I've got faster as time has gone on. I can't afford to lose no more fights. I want to keep on winning, and I've had a great training camp with Freddie Roach. I've been to LA, I've been to the Philippines to train with Manny Pacquiao, the best southpaw in the world. I've been sparring with him, doing paddocks, you know, he's been watching me, giving me tips because he also is a southpaw. I mean, when we spar, me and Manny Pacquiao, it is like a war really, because you've got two fast fighters. I mean, you know, we don't go in there trying knocking each other out, but you can say just we go in there to literally beat each other up in a way. And I think that's the best way to learn, because look, if you're going to be going in there and giving 100%, when you go into a fight, you know exactly what to expect. The first time I sparred with him was when I had the loss against Prescott. I went to America and Freddie put me in the ring with him straight away, and I was quite shocked because I thought, wow, I've just come from a defeat, but I did really well against him then. But now as time's gone on and I've got more experience for the Maidana fight, I started the camp off quite early, and Freddie put me in the ring with Manny, and we had a really, really good spar. I mean, people were saying, look, we could pay to watch that fight. I mean, we got big hearts. But when it was just a great experience for me to spar with him, because, you know, you can't buy that experience. Boxing-wise, you know, Freddie's one guy who gives you a game plan to follow. With my previous trainers, I used to go into the fight doing what I know best, which is just go in there and box him. Whereas with Freddie, we have a game plan that we have to follow. Freddie's giving me the same instructions from the first day of training camp till the last day, till the fight. But that's the good thing about Freddie. He's got the experience. He's been world class. I mean, he's had cameras all around him, so that doesn't really affect him. Whereas most trainers, I think sometimes when they have the camera around them, they could change a little bit, or they could, you know, it could affect him a little bit the way they train the fighters and stuff. But Freddie's very professional that way, and also he's been a fighter himself. And he knows what mistakes he made as a fighter and what mistakes his trainers made. So he doesn't really want to do that with us. So me and Manny are his main priorities. He looks after us like we his kids really.
Can't emphasise what a great place this is to be if you're a boxing fan. Great tribute to Manchester as well. Forget Manchester United, Manchester City. They have turned out and filled this arena. It's a tribute to the pulling power of Amir Khan, and a tribute as well to the loyalty and to the optimism of the Irish Army who are travelling and supporting, I'll call him your man, Paul McCloskey. But let's look at Amir Khan there from his point of view, and that little danger perhaps, he's looking one step ahead. How realistic is that danger?
Well, it's too professional to look one step ahead. To me, I think Amir Khan's prepared for this fight. He knows there's no fight if he doesn't win this fight. If he goes out relaxed and thinking of the next fight, that's the danger, and that's where McCloskey can, you know, jump in and take advantage of that.
I'll tell you what though Rob, Amir Khan, this could be his last fight here for quite some time in this country. He is very, very keen to put on a show in front of all these people and in front of everybody on prime time as well.
Yeah, I've got to agree. I mean, he's going to want to go out there. He's got the experience. He's trained out, like he said. He's going to go out there and put on a good performance for the British public, the Manchester crowd, and the general British public. You know, so I mean, as you know, fingers crossed he doesn't make any silly mistakes. But I think he's got the tools to do it.
Okay then, guys. A very quick prediction from both of you. Rob Reed first.
Amir Khan late stoppage.
Amir Khan late stoppage.
Amir Khan late. McCloskey early.
Okay. We're all set for the big event of the night here on prime time. Let us join MC Michael Buffer.
Now making his entrance to the ring, the challenger from Northern Ireland, Paul. Good day. McCloskey. And now, making his entrance to the ring, the defending world champion from Bolton, England, Amir. Ladies and gentlemen, having promotions in association with Khan Promotions and Golden Boy Promotions are proud to present the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBA Light Welterweight Championship of the World. Sponsored by Mercedes of Bolton, Green Hill Sports, Reebok, and Network Rail No Messing Campaign. Sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control, Steward in Charge, Chairman and President Charles Giles, General Secretary Robert Smith, WBA President Gilberto Mendoza, and Supervisor at ringside Dave Roden. The three judges scoring this bout will be Howard Foster, Terry O'Connor, and Dave Paris. And inside the ring, in charge of the action at the bell, referee Luis Pavon. And now, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, from Manchester, England, let's get ready to rumble! Fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black with white, officially weighing 9 stone, 13 pounds, or 139 pounds. A perfect professional record consisting of 22 fights, 22 victories, including 12 knockouts from Dungiven, Northern Ireland. The challenger, former British champion and reigning undefeated European light welterweight champion, Paul McCloskey. blue with white. Official weight 9 stone, 13 pounds, or 139 pounds. This Olympic silver medalist now has a professional record of 24 victories, including 17 knockouts. Only 1 defeat. From Bolton, England, presenting the reigning, defending WBA light welterweight champion of the world, Amir.
Okay guys, I give you instruction in the dressing room. Let's have a clean match. Good luck and God bless you.
And here you have it, England. The moment you've been waiting for. He has not been back since December of 2009. And that was when he took out Dimitri Salita from New York in 1 minute 16 seconds. He is back. But now his kingdom spans the world over. Amir King Kong is back. And he is taking on Paul McCloskey, the European light welterweight champion. Amir Khan is going to be wearing the blue trunks. And Paul McCloskey in the black and silver trunks. The place is electric. Over 6,000 people came from Ireland to see and support their man, Paul McCloskey. It is a packed house. And you can see right off the bat, Amir Khan trying to work behind that jab, show his superior boxing skill and his speed in this particular fight.
I tell you, this crowd is just unbelievable. The rise of the crowd is phenomenal. McCloskey's got his supporters right enough, but I tell you what, the majority, as you would expect, will be for the champion, Khan.
Khan working the body, trying to get inside right there. And you see right away, McCloskey, the plan for him was to fight outside, to box and try to outbox Amir Khan, but he has never seen anybody with the speed of Amir Khan. Amir possesses that rare speed in a combination of speed and power, and also he has got a tremendous hunger for greatness, and he prepares himself for greatness.
McCloskey can ill afford to have a sloppy defense with Khan. Cannot keep his right hand down like that. Khan will pay him. Once he finds his range, he will pay him.
And McCloskey letting him get inside. Amir Khan working behind that jab.
But McCloskey started this fight very calm. Watched him in his corner, not unfazed by Amir Khan.
Now Khan does make some mistakes. Watch his foot. Again, we talk about the feet of the southpaw against the orthodox fighter. Very important for Khan to keep that foot outside the right foot.
McCloskey showing calm, treating him with contempt, dropping his hands, and almost daring Khan to hit him.
Luis Pavon right there. Separated the two fighters. Khan, who seems to be reaching with that jab. On the other hand, McCloskey with his hands down, and there's the speed of Khan. You blink and you get 2-3 shots on the part of Khan. On the other hand, McCloskey trying to go ahead and find a chance to land that straight left.
Well, Khan's hand speed is most impressive. You know, McCloskey, I don't think, has landed a single punch. He's tried to land 2 or 3, landed a body punch early on in this round, but other than that, hasn't scored a telling blow.
And be aware, Khan wants to end this fight as soon as possible. He is not out here to stay for a very long time. If he can take out McCloskey early, he will.
Well, Khan needs to make a statement if he's, you know, his plans to fight Timothy Bradley if he gets through this fight. So he needs to take this guy out if he can, in impressive style, if he can.
And of course, Timothy Bradley would bode very well for him. In fact, that'll be the chance for him to become the first post-war undisputed world champion and the youngest at the age of 24. And there you have the first round is in. If there's any cowheads, if there's any butterflies, they're out of it by now. It's a big fight.
They're gone. Make no mistake, this crowd will lift both boxers, particularly probably McCloskey. This is his big opportunity. Never boxed in a crowd this big before, so you've got to expect something unusual from him. But that's a Khan round.
And at this particular point, forget the reputation of Amir Khan, forget the silver medals, forget all the accolades that have been bestowed upon Amir Khan. Now, it is man-to-man. It is two fighters in the ring.
It's man-to-man, you're so right. But McCloskey's got an absolute mountain
And remember the incredible shape he was on against Maidana that would be able to withstand and get that win particular win. Round number 2. And the place is absolutely electric as Amir King Khan comes back to England and electrifies his crowd here in Manchester. Amir Khan in the blue trunks taking on Paul McCloskey, the unbeaten southpaw, the European light welterweight champion, and here comes Khan. McCloskey cannot take a step back like that, Duke.
Well, McCloskey trying to be cute, trying to make Khan miss, but he forgets Khan's not going to hit him with 1, 2, 3 punches. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 that land.
One impressive thing about McCloskey so far is how calm he came into this ring.
Incredibly calm. As I said before, not fazed by Khan's reputation. That's gone out the window. But he's not winning this round, and he didn't win the first round. So, you know, 12 rounds goes really quick.
Amir Khan with a relentless pursuit to get inside and work behind that jab to use. And you look at the build of Khan, it has changed. He's now heavier around the legs, a little bit leaner around the shoulders.
Yeah, Khan, much more mature now. He's a man and fighting at the highest level, as you would expect. I'd just like to see Khan slow himself down marginally, plant his shots just a little bit better, throwing almost too many punches. McCloskey opting for the straight left to the body. It's a good punch from the southpaw, but Khan landing with a crisp 1-2.
And what speed the way he landed those first 2 shots. That's the thing, McCloskey trying to turn the head, but as he turns the head, 3, 4 punches land upon him.
There's that straight left again from McCloskey to the Khan's body. It's the only punch he's landed with thus far.
And a right hand by McCloskey.
And there's your response from Khan.
Right on the nose goes that punch right there by Khan.
Khan really fired up.
And this is a dangerous maneuver here by McCloskey to come in like that, lunging in.
McCloskey isn't a puncher. He's had a handful of knockouts or stoppages in his whole career, so you know he needed to fight a completely different fight than he's used to fighting, but we're not seeing that so far.
12 knockouts and 22 fights for McCloskey. Luis Pavon gets inside to warn about a punch, a rabbit punch.
But McCloskey can ill afford to lose these early rounds.
Khan, on the other hand, just coming in now, relentless. No respect for the McCloskey power. Khan trying to get the attention of referee Luis Pavon. They're about to shot to the side of the head. And that is round number 2 into the books. So Duke, you mentioned the fact that McCloskey not doing enough to win any of these rounds.
He's given away the first 2 rounds in my book to Khan, just allowing Khan to get off with his punches. You know, this is McCloskey's style. He's quite a laid-back character, but by the time he's throwing 1 shot, Khan's hitting with maybe 3 or 4. Okay, landed a nice right hook there. But what you see now from McCloskey, just losing his balance there. But for my money, Khan winning these first 2 rounds.
And that was, I thought, the best punch of the fight right there by McCloskey, that right that he landed.
He's got to fight ugly. He's got to make this fight dirty. Exactly. He's got to take Khan to the wire. He's got to pull him in, grab hold of his arm, punch him on the break, do whatever he can to take Khan out of his rhythm.
Make it a street fight. This is the 3rd round for the WBA light welterweight championship of the world. The champion, Amir Khan, in blue. The challenger, Paul McCloskey. He is the European light welterweight champion. He's wearing the black and the silver. He is the southpaw. So far, the first 2 rounds we've given to Amir Khan. He has done more.
The thing is, Khan is so good at what he does. You know, as I said, the quick, short, sharp punches that he throws. 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 5 for you. And no response from McCloskey as yet.
The best punch of the fight so far from McCloskey has been the right. And it was a grazing right hand, a counter shot, just like he missed right there. Paul McCloskey has never seen anybody this fast. Amir Khan a mountain away from the level competition that he has seen.
Khan opting for the straight right-left hook, which is the trademark punch for the southpaw.
John Breen, the trainer for McCloskey, saying he was going to try to outbox Amir Khan. Watch the feet. The feet, they'll be stepping on each other.
McCloskey can't deal with the speed right now. By the time he's got one punch off, he's been hit with 2, 3, 4 punches back in return.
Now that time right there, Khan choosing to lead with the right hand. A left that landed right there by McCloskey. Khan telling him, come on, come on.
Khan really fired up, just got to slow himself down marginally. Lovely straight right from Khan. Just got to slow himself down marginally, plant his punches, pick his punches a little bit better.
Now McCloskey on the other hand, he has to just be patient and go down the middle. Go down the middle, don't go to the side.
Oh, that's not bad advice. I mean, he's waiting for the straight left as though it's a knockout punch. He's got to get both hands working, McCloskey. He's trying to take center of the ring. He's trying to keep Khan on the outside.
And I watch a lot of films of Paul McCloskey, and that's that tendency that he has. He hits, he throws that one shot, and he stays right there, trying to double up with it. Well, you're not going to get away with that with Khan.
McCloskey just waiting too long. Losing this round, I think, quite clearly on the judges' scorecards. Just not being busy enough. He's getting into range to punch, but he's not getting his hands off.
Referee Luis Pavone separating the two fighters.
I mean, it's okay to box with a champion for a couple of rounds because you don't know what he's got, but then at some point in the early rounds, you have to stand and trade.
Luis Pavone now getting the attention of both fighters. He's not going to tolerate those behind-the-head punches. Call for a dirty fight, and I think McCloskey's trying to bring that dirty fight.
He needs to. I've got him 3 rounds down quite comfortably to Khan. He's got to make this fight really dirty. He's got to get hold of Khan. He's got to rough him up. We've seen it before in other fights. He's just got to fight a completely different fight. If he stands off Amir Khan like he's doing, he's going to lose a landslide shutout points decision.
John Breen, his trainer, giving him instructions. Here's Freddie Roach with Amir Khan. So much noise, it's very tough to even be able to hear in the corner. There you get Michael Vale, the new conditioning trainer for Amir Khan, who replaced Alex Ariza.
Second down, round 4.
The 4th round coming up for the WBA Light Welterweight Championship of the World. Amir Khan is the champion. Paul McCloskey in the silver and black is the challenger. He is the European Light Welterweight Champion. He is unbeaten. Amir Khan here trying to set himself up for the next fight to become the undisputed light welterweight champion of the world and do it at the age of 24. That would be through Tim Bradley.
I was going to say, Timothy Bradley will have something to say about that. More importantly, back to business for Khan. He's looking to make a massive statement by dismantling McCloskey. And like I say, he's throwing his punches just a little bit too quick. Some of them are landing, some of them aren't landing. Just a slight, that's a push.
And they stepped on each other's feet.
Yeah, they stepped on each other's feet. No knockdown. Khan needs to just set himself just a little bit and pick his punches just a little bit better. He's so fired up.
Referee Luis Pavone right on top of him. Khan comes out winging. You blink an eye, 5 shots come from Khan. You call for that ugly fight, we're getting one.
Well, that was McCloskey's chance. He should have thrown a shot while Khan had his back to him.
And as the fight goes on, the longer it goes, then the confidence by McCloskey will grow.
Undoubtedly. Trying to looping straight left there, McCloskey. Khan holding on the inside. Khan putting a lot into these early exchanges. Wonder how tiring that might be.
2 right left is actually there, believe it or not. He's trying to time that out. He's trying to hit with that right hook there, Duke.
I'd like to see Khan start bringing these punches up. You know, try the uppercuts on the inside. So as the kid comes in now, bring the shots up.
Khan electrifying the crowd every time he makes a move towards McCloskey. But McCloskey has been a very elusive target. Look at his face, unmarked so far. And good right hand, that hurt McCloskey. That looked like it stopped him there momentarily.
Oh, a sweeping right hand from Khan. It caught him flush, but didn't really hurt him. Made a great noise though.
Oh, that leather was popping on that one.
Khan keeps showing out to the crowd by raising his hands to say he's not hurt. And if he's not hurt, there's no need for that though. Back to business.
And the business at hand so far, Amir Khan taking care of it as I have him winning all 4 rounds so far.
Very comfortably.
Very comfortably. McCloskey, again, a bit lost in the speed.
Yes, I mean, this has to be considered a routine defense for Khan. As you see there, that just a slip, nothing more than that. It has to be considered a routine defense. McCloskey hasn't got his punches on target as yet. But, you know, these rounds are slipping by. I've got him 4 rounds down, and I'm sure the judges will have it the same way.
Khan missed it with those shots, but it was that one body shot, that left of the body. That was a wicked left hook by Amir Khan that he landed on Paul McCloskey. Those will take its toll, folks. As the fight goes on. Khan had predicted that he would win in 4, so far it's going to go further. This is the 5th round of the WBA Light Welterweight Championship of the World. Amir Khan, the champion. Paul McCloskey, the challenger. Amir Khan in the blue, McCloskey in the black and silver.
I mean, an excellent result for Khan would be about 6 rounds if he could get this guy out of there in that kind of a period.
And so far, if he wins it again, July 23rd is the tentative date with Timothy Bradley. But now McCloskey has a chance. And let's see if he can get that straight left of McCloskey to work for him. Again, not a big puncher, 22 wins, 12 knockouts for McCloskey.
See, when Khan starts his attack, McCloskey just tucks his head down. Khan's not landing clean shots. See, there he goes again. He just tucks his head down and makes him miss.
Boy, and you see that left leg of Khan come up as he comes in.
They're just losing his balance. That's the southpaw stance for you. But Khan's actually doing the right thing. He's throwing a lot of punches to offset the southpaw stance. He's not going to hit this kid with 1 shot, so he throws 4 or 5 just to get himself in punching range.
Khan trying to work down the middle. And he's had some great sparring in the Philippines where he went with Freddie Roach.
Yeah, Khan getting through with a nice right hand there of his own. McCloskey opting now to maybe just stand and trade with Khan. He's got a gamble. Khan answering that with a lovely combination.
McCloskey right there. Now throws an uppercut. And that's one of the best punches from McCloskey is that uppercut.
McCloskey has to put punch combinations together. He's got an opportunity in this round to land quite freely on Khan. Both boxers opting to take centre of the ring and trade off.
And you sense with this crowd right here as they watch the King just waiting to erupt. 4th title defense for Amir Khan. McCloskey, though, still hanging around,
Good shots by Khan. Right, left, right. Just caught McCloskey quite cleanly. Stops him in his tracks.
And he caught him coming in.
And a nod of appreciation from McCloskey.
And that's the thing, folks, you can't force a knockout. It is a great timing of force coming in and a force going out. And it was almost there for Amir Khan. Now throwing combination is Khan. Starting to get more of a rhythm here, but then here comes McCloskey.
Khan fine with that.
round now there is. Khan trying to load up Duke, but just not able to land those combinations with any kind of a force.
Not landing freely. Khan's put a lot of work into these early rounds. He's going to need a round off soon to get himself together, get his second win. You can see he's breathing quite heavily there in the corner.
Let's see what the studio thinks so far. Take it to you, Jim.
Rob Reid, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, M.E.N like just seems to be nicking the rounds, but he seems a bit dangerous at times, the way he's walking forward, throwing two-handed punches. That McCloskey's making him miss, and he just wants to be careful that he doesn't walk onto him. McCloskey left hand. Steve Collins?
McCloskey's done everything right so far. He's making it very awkward for M.E.N. He's making M.E.N look amateurish at times. M.E.N's coming in, and he's cautious of McCloskey's left hand. He's really of it. McCloskey's doing well so far. Very close.
Well, thank you for that for the guys in the studio, Jim, Steve, and Robin. This is the 6th round for the WBA Light Welterweight Championship of the World. The champion, Amir Khan, coming back to England. The King Khan coming back to England, a place he has not been to since December of 2009 when he stopped Dimitri Salita, and he's taken on the European Light Welterweight Champion, the Irishman, Paul McCloskey.
Well, McCloskey needs something now to turn this fight in his favour. So it's time to gamble. You know, maybe put his hands up and just try and walk Khan down. Can't keep backing up on him. Khan will just have a field day with him.
And you know that Khan can be reached. Brady Prescott did it. Maidana really rocked him in the 10th round. And that's the beauty of having a fighter like, as superb as he is, he's also vulnerable. So that way, fans, you got to stay right there on the edge of your seat because you can't miss a second. It could go either way.
Khan working tremendously hard in this fight. You know, he wanted to obviously try and go for some kind of a stoppage. He's put everything into every punch. You just wonder he's going to need every bit of conditioning that he's had in preparation in the build-up to this fight.
Well, he said he was going to give the fans, the British fans, a performance like they've never seen before.
There's a lovely right hand from Khan. Got him again. And again, body shots, lovely shots.
And it's not that McCloskey was hurt, he was just moving his head so drastically from side to side.
But McCloskey not coming back with anything, which might suggest he was hurt. Crossed arm defense from on the inside from McCloskey.
Amir, that time Amir Khan trying to use his right hand to hold the head of McCloskey. Luis Pavon, the referee, right on top of it. Finally, we get a little clash to the head. And now we're going to get a warning.
Yep, McCloskey's cut. McCloskey's cut.
And that was...
that clash of heads.
And there it is. It's above the eye. And you mentioned that's a bad part to get it because the blood is going to come into the eye
well,
of McCloskey.
Normally the blood will impair the vision when it's above the eye. The referee's probably, the doctor's saying to him probably, I'll give you a round or I'm going to stop the fight. It looks like this could be over.
Yeah, it is after 4 rounds, so it cannot be declared a no contest.
It's all over.
It's over. So Amir Khan, they're going to go to the scorecards here.
It looks like, yeah, they will go because it was an accidental clash of heads.
Accidental clash of heads, and now they go to the scorecards. And there it is, right above the eye, inside where that blood would definitely be pouring into the eye. Have you ever had a cut like that?
Never been cut, fortunately, in my career.
Boy, Freddie Roach looks a bit perplexed in the corner. And there's a clash of heads, both of them coming in. Nothing dirty, unintentional. Luis Pavon right on top of it, another shot. So now the 3 judges, Howard Foster, Dave Paris, and Terry O'Connor. We'll see how they've scored it. And boy, this is not what Amir Khan wanted. He wanted a superb performance, a clean win. Not that it was a dirty tactic, but again, stop before he wanted to.
There was no tactic involved, but I mean, I figured this fight would be over by the halfway stage. I've got Khan comfortably ahead ahead going into this round. So, I mean, it's an unsatisfactory ending, but I don't think the end result would have been any different to what we've seen.
I had him winning every single round, so therefore definitely way out in front. Paul McCloskey kind of looking around, and it is a deep cut, a very deep cut. He wanted to continue, but again, the referee consulted with the doctor at ringside, and they stopped the fight.
Test.
So now we await to go and read the scorecards here again. The three judges scoring are Howard Foster, Dave Paris, Terry O'Connor. Not everybody's happy with this particular decision. You see Oscar De La Hoya now, the Golden Boy, going over to the corner of McCloskey. They are not in agreement that this fight should have been stopped. And now we are ready now for Michael Buffer to read the scorecards of the three judges, Howard Foster, Dave Paris, Terry O'Connor. And I think Michael has that card. Michael Buffer is ready now. Barry Hearn not happy. Barry Hearn, that is the manager of Paul McCloskey. He's not happy. And the trainer, John Breen, pushing back Barry Hearn.
Ladies and gentlemen, ringside position is advised. Referee Luis Pavon that the bout could no longer continue because of an accidental headbutt and injury sustained to the challenger. We go to the scorecards, including the round in which the bout was stopped. All three judges scored the bout 60-54. The winner by technical unanimous decision, and still WBA light welterweight champion of the world from Bolton, England, Amir.
So there you have it. The King is back. 60-54 across the board. Howard Foster, Dave Paris, Terry O'Connor, all scoring it that way. 4. Amir Khan retains his title. The stop right there by Luis Pavon and the ringside physician, and then went to the scorecard.
Well, an unsatisfactory ending. We never like to see a fight stopped on cuts, but I do believe there was only ever going to be one winner, and that was the man that's being allotted now and still the champion of the world.
An unfortunate ending, just an accidental headbutt that ended up doing it. McCloskey seems dejected. He wanted to continue. The doctors made that decision right there, so therefore, for Amir Khan, now he probably gets himself ready for July 23rd, the tentative date, against Timothy Bradley, for right there, the possibility of unifying and become the undisputed light welterweight champion of the world and becoming the first and the youngest since the post-war to be able to do that.
But that's, that's a tough one. It really is. The Bradley brings a whole different set of ball games coming into this unification fight. But back to this fight tonight, Khan did what he had to do. Unsatisfactory ending, but he's won nonetheless. I think relatively comfortably.
Now let's go to Andy Kerr here, who is going to be talking to Barry Hearn, the manager of Paul McCloskey.
Barry, Amir and Paul still in the ring. I guess from looking at your response there, you weren't very happy there.
It's a disgraceful call. I mean, this is a world title fight. This is Paul McCloskey's dreams to share the ring with Amir Khan, and there's nothing wrong with Amir Khan here. The referee and the doctor should hang their heads in shame. It's a cut, of course it's a cut. This is a world title fight. I've seen 20 cuts 20 times worse. Oscar De La Hoya has had 10 times worse cuts and won world title fights. It was shaping up to be a great fight. And I cannot understand the decision. You know, if you accept it's an accidental clash of heads, which I do, the fight can continue. This is very unsatisfactory, and it's a very hollow victory for Khan.
So just to confirm that your frustration isn't with Khan or
No,
it's with the doctors at ringside?
The referee is in charge of the fight. He's the sole arbitrator. He must understand that he actually discredited boxing tonight, because boxing is you get cut in boxing. When you look at the cut, it's not that serious a cut. I've seen thousands of cuts.
Is there anything you can do, Barry? Is there any chance you can speak to Oscar and maybe look at a rematch?
Well, we will make a complaint to the British Boxing Board of Control. I know that Robert Smith is here. He's seen the cut. We both understand that there's no way this fight should be stopped. And not to say this is not to say that Amir Khan wouldn't have gone on to win the fight. Maybe, but we'll never know. We were robbed by ineptitude. We were robbed by very sloppy refereeing, and if the doctor said it should be stopped, then he shouldn't be allowed to be a doctor at fights. This is a hard, brutal game. There are knocks in this game. You have to accept those knocks and get on with it, not just pull the plug. Otherwise, there'd be no boxing at all.
Barry, we're going to try and bring Paul in now, but do you feel as if his dream is being taken away from him tonight?
I think he's been robbed by very bad decisions. I think the ineptitude of the referee is staggering. It's staggering for a brutal sport like boxing. It's a rough, tough game. It's not for women and children. This is a man's game, and you will get cuts. But that cut was so insignificant in comparison to the effect of stopping a world title fight. The most important thing for me is all these great people here, all these fans. All the people that bought pay-per-view, they have been robbed of value in the same way that Paul McCloskey has been robbed of his chance.
Tell you what though, Barry, from your point of view, you look pretty sprightly in there. Not an old man, are you?
I'm still a young man.
I tell you, let's go back. Here we go. Barry, thanks for your time. Go back to the gym for now.
Okay, Andy, very well done down there. Massive crowd here at the M.E.N arena, departing into the matches tonight. Very disappointed. I would think deep down Amir Khan will be very disappointed, despite the smiles and the hugs from Freddie Roach there at the sudden conclusion to this fight, even though according to the judges' scorecards he had won every round. Let's get verdicts from two pros who have been in there and done it. Steve Collins, you first of all. Barry Hearn very upset there, but you believe the doctor might have been right.
No, I actually agree with Barry Hearn. Okay,
sorry.
It was a bad cut, okay, but he should have been given the opportunity to finish the round out, go back to his corner, let his cut man work on it. If there's bleeding, stop the bleeding and come out. It happens all the time. This is boxing. It's not tennis. You know what I'm saying? And McCloskey was put up a great performance and given Amir Khan an absolute nightmare tonight. And it's such a shame this has happened.
It is a great shame. Rob Reed, where do you stand with this?
I mean, the same with Steve. I mean, there was 30 seconds left in the round. At the end of the day, it is a brutal sport, like we say. He should have given him the chance to go back to the corner, then brought the doctor in, maybe. I mean, I've not seen that before. I mean, yeah, I've seen it before with cuts, but bringing the doctor in a little, into the ring at that point when there's 30 seconds left to the end of the round.
Well, there it is. There is the cut that has stopped this fight, and even to my eye, I've seen a few fights. I've seen a lot worse cuts than that. We're going to hear from Paul, guys. He's with Andy.
Paul, looking at that cut, even to my amateur eye, it doesn't look that bad.
I don't know what the referee or the doctor was thinking there. This is pay-per-view TV. People are paying £15 of their own hard-earned money to watch that. And the referee and the doctor stopped the fight. I thought it was bad when he was looking at my eye, or looking at my head, and I thought it was bad. But I come back and Benny and Eamon said the both could have stopped it, no problem.
Let's just make this very simple. Did you want to carry on? There was no danger you wanted to stop, did you?
Trust me, Amir can. Amir was tiring in that fight. We all know he had problems making the weight. I could see him at the weigh-in, he was as pale as a ghost. He was tired after the second or third round. He was burning up energy. I get strong as the fight goes on, and there's no doubt that I got him later on.
Do you feel that the referee and the doctors have taken away a dream for you tonight?
You know what, I'm just in shock here. You work your whole life for this, and Jesus.
We spoke to Barry a moment ago, and he said he'll put a complaint into the boxing board. Is there anything you can do? Do you think perhaps you can get together with Golden Boy, with Team Khan, and maybe look to do this again?
I think from watching that there, before this fight, Amir's talking about doing 147 and pound-for-pound titles. Now, if you watch them 5 rounds, I don't think he's not league. He's blowing away above his own waistline here, and I think that I'm well capable of beating him.
Let's ask John. John, how proud are you of what Paul's done tonight?
Paul was boxing the orders. Paul McCloskey was going to stop Amir Khan. Amir Khan was tired after 2-3 rounds. Paul McCloskey was just getting stronger. He made Amir look very stupid tonight. Paul looked like a world champion tonight. The hand down on me, throwing punches missing.
John, you've trained Paul all of his career. How good did he look? Was he good enough to go and win the world title tonight?
He will win a world title. He didn't win it tonight. Through no fault of ours. He will win a world title. Whether he fights Amir again or not, Paul McCloskey will definitely win a world title.
Final word to you then, Paul, very briefly. What happens now? What happens next for you?
Well, I'll go home, I'll sit down with my team, I'll sit down with Barry and Eddie and we'll talk about things, but I say, I'm just in shock. Oh, of course I want a rematch. Like, you know, obviously that fight was, he was maybe a couple of rounds up at that stage. He may have won, well they said he won the four rounds up to that point, but he was knackered, he was tired, and I was getting him. He was blowing.
Well, Paul, Eddie, what we'll do, we'll be speaking to Amir in just a moment. We'll tell him you'd like a rematch, we'll put the alley to him. Who knows what he'll say?
He knows I want a rematch.
He won't want one. He won't want one.
Thanks very much, guys, appreciate your time.
Well, our sympathies down there with McCloskey and with John Breen, excellent trainer from Belfast, where he concentrated so much of his work leading up to this fight. And you do have to sympathise down there, Rob. I mean, it's the biggest night of his night, the shape of his life. He thought the fight was going to plan. He thought Amir was tiring. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have said he won a round. He had a good fourth round, but the thing is, he was making Amir Khan miss a lot, and he made him look very ordinary. I mean, Amir Khan's talking about fighting Bradley and moving up a weight and blah. I think he needs to think twice after that. But not his performances. Look, very amateur at times when he was throwing his 1-2s, stepping in forward like with both legs and stuff, and with both feet. And like I say, he's exposed him in a different way, I think, you know, where McCloskey's exposed Khan in another way. You know, he's not, you know, it's just made him look very ordinary, and he, you know, I think he does deserve a rematch.
It wasn't the super show that
No,
Amir...
it wasn't. Paul McCloskey, you know, to me, I didn't know what he was doing in the first round, but he had a great plan tonight, and he was making Amir Khan look very ordinary, and he was looking very strong as the fight was going on. You know, this is unfinished business. I don't think Amir Khan should move on till he sorts out the business tonight. It's unfinished.
Okay, I believe that we do have Amir Khan, still very much the world champion, ready to give his side of the story to Andy.
Thanks, Jim. Yes. Amir Khan, we've waited 16 months to see you box back at home. Was that a satisfactory win for you tonight?
Well, in the day, you know, I ain't the referee. I mean, I was peppering McCloskey in there. I mean, you know, don't get me wrong, he took a lot of good shots, and he surprised me and Freddie, you know, the way he took them shots and he kept coming forward. I mean, I was winning on all the cards. I mean, to be honest with you, I was in there and it was so easy. I was fighting my own pace. I mean, I've got a lot of credit for him. You know, he come all the way here from Ireland and he put a good show on. But to be honest with you, the referee, he chose to stop the fight. I mean, the doctor come in the ring and he said, listen, do you want to carry on? And he refused to carry on. So, you know, that's got nothing to do with me, between him and the doctor and the referee. I mean, I was ready to fight with him all the way till the 12th round. I mean, you know, I think if the fight carried on, I think I would have knocked him out in the later rounds because he was getting hurt. I mean, I stumbled him 4 or 5 times in that in the earlier rounds. But you know, like I said, I've got a lot of credit for him for taking those shots. I mean, it shows that he was trained in this fight and he come to win.
We've spoken to Paul and his team, and you saw there was antagonism in the ring at the end there. They say they'd like to do it all over again. Is that a possibility? Would you go back in the ring with Paul at a future date?
I mean, there's no motivation for me to fight Paul because, to be honest with you, I'll beat him for the full 6 rounds. My next goal is to fight someone like Timothy Bradley to unify the division. I mean, I'm going upper league. I'm going upper level, and it just shows the European level and the world-class level. Paul McCloskey is a European level, and I'm a world-class level. I mean, you know, people might not believe that, but at the end of the day, I'm the world champion, and I'm the one who won every round in that fight. Like I said, if that fight carried on, Paul McCloskey would have got hurt badly. And this is a sport. I mean, you know, we don't want to see Paul McCloskey get hurt.
Is it Timothy Bradley next then for you in July? Is that pretty much where Amir Khan's headed? It's looking like the States. We'd love to have you back here in the UK, but realistically, it's looking like going back to the States.
Well, at the end of the day, you know, I love to fight wherever, you know, where I love to fight. I've got fans everywhere, and I'm just leaving with my team and Freddie Roach. I want to thank him as well for doing a great job with me. But you know what? I'm happy to fight anywhere.
It must have been nice coming back home and fighting in front of your own people, though.
I mean, it's amazing to fight here. Manchester's a great arena, and I fought here 5 times, and I didn't want to make a mistake. I mean, I did this for the crowd, I did this for my fans, even though we took a less payday, but this is for the fans, and you know, this is business now. I mean, my next fight's hopefully going to be in America, and I want to go to bigger and better things now.
Realistically, you've talked about Timothy Bradley next. We've spoken to 1 or 2 people tonight ringside who say they'd love to see you step up to upper division, maybe go up to welterweight. Light welter's a nice division. At welterweight, you're looking at Manny Pacquiao's there already, Floyd Mayweather, Berto. There's some amazing names if you step up. Is that where the long-term future is?
Well, you know, that's the way I'm going. I'm going up towards the top, and I want to unify this division first. I want to finish off being the best 140-pound division fighter. I mean, the next division after that is welterweight, and there's some big super fights. The likes of Manny Pacquiao, the likes of Floyd Mayweather and many other, Miguel Cotto. But one thing about me and Manny will never fight each other. We're good friends, and I want to wish him all the best in his upcoming fight as well.
Your final word then, Amir. So you go home happy. There's no slight stain on the victory the way it happened. You go home happy tonight.
I mean, I would have wished that I'd knocked him out. You know, I did catch him with some good shots, and he was going before then till that head clash happened. I mean, that's just boxing for you. But to be honest with you, I'm happy with the performance. A win's a win, and also I'm going home to a baby niece, Khadija, who was just born. So you know, to be honest with you, I'm happy to be home, and it's great to be here.
Amir, it's been a pleasure to chat to you. I think if we got Freddie Roach with us right now, let's bring Freddie in if you want to stay for a second down here. Freddie, just give us your take on that fight, because there was a bit of antagonism there in the ring. Obviously, the McCloskey team felt that fight shouldn't have been stopped. What did you think?
Well, you know, when the doctor was talking to him, I see him shake his head no. I said, oh, he quit. But I'm not sure what the question was asked. So, I mean, I'm not a doctor. The doctor did stop the fight, the health reasons. Really out of our control, but I felt that Amir was dominating the fight, and he hurt him a couple times in that round, and I thought we would have knocked him out in that round.
Where do you take Amir then? Amir said that he thinks Timothy Bradley would be logical in the summer, possibly July. Is that what you think is now the logical step for Amir? Unify this division, then possibly going up?
Well, yeah, Timothy Bradley, or go to 47 and fight from Floyd Mayweather, or the winner of the Victor Ortiz fight, Berto fight, whoever wins that. We just want to step up and fight the best we can.
Final word then, Freddie. Do you go back to the States now? Realistically, is that where the future lies for Amir Khan now, to go back to fighting in the USA?
Well, that's where all the big opponents are at this point right now. If we can get them over to the UK to come visit here, it'd be great. But right now, I think our next fight will be in the States.
Freddie, a pleasure to speak to you. Thank you very much for joining us tonight, and we'll hopefully be seeing you and Amir again in the not too distant future. Actually, if we just bear with me, Oscar. If we just bring Oscar De La Hoya in very briefly. Thank you very much, Freddie Roach. Oscar, it's possibly slightly unsavoury scenes there. The McCloskey camp weren't happy that fight was stopped. What did you think?
Look, I mean, I thought it was a good fight. The kid came to fight. Obviously, no fight is easy whatsoever, and he was very motivated. He was, I think he got beat every round. He has a lot of heart. He came to fight. He had a great crowd with him. But Amir, it was a shutout, and he's obviously Amir and his team, and no one here is a doctor. The doctor stopped the fight because he thought the fight should be stopped.
Let me play devil's advocate though, Oscar. I'm sure in your career you've seen worse, and you've had worse cuts and continued, and probably had worse cuts and won world titles.
Well, look, I mean, obviously the cut, you never know what can happen. Obviously, the momentum was shifting drastically towards Amir's way. Look, the referee stopped the fight, and what can you do?
What's next for Amir Khan? Will you take him now back to the States? Is that realistically where his future lies now?
Amir once again demonstrated what he's all about, his abilities, and he's moving on to bigger and better things. We want to go down to the States. There's been a lot of talk of fighting Bradley, but right now Amir Khan has a lot of options. He can fight whoever he wants. Right now he's the man at 140 pounds, and people are chasing him. He's not chasing nobody. So we're gonna go back, analyze what we have on the table, and then we'll take it from there.
Just give us all a little bit of hope, Oscar. 18,000 people here tonight. Loved seeing Amir Khan back in the UK. A lot more watching at home. Give us some hope. Are we likely to see Amir fight back in the UK in the next couple of years, perhaps, or are we going to have to wait a little bit longer?
Absolutely. Look, in this game, you never know. Look, they love Amir Khan here. He's a warrior. He's a champion that's learning. He's progressing. He has a great team in his corner with Freddie. There's only one way up for Amir, and that's shooting him to the stars. So we feel that Amir, obviously, yes, he will come back and fight here, but obviously we want to fight him in Las Vegas, in Los Angeles. We want to make him a worldwide star.
Oscar, we appreciate your time, and there you go. Oscar De La Hoya said it himself. He's going to bring Amir Khan back to the UK, so perhaps we haven't seen the last of him fighting here in his home country.
Well done, Andy. Super work down there. Wouldn't mind hearing what the doctor has got to say, but that's probably mission impossible for Andy, but he's done the impossible down there at ringside tonight. I mean, unbelievably conflicting stories, conflicting opinions from the other side of the ring. I mean, there's one thing, Steve, that, I mean, the Khan corner saying that he quit McCloskey.
There's two sides to every story. We didn't hear that. I mean, what a shame. I don't think McCloskey will ever catch M.E.N off guard again if they were to fight again. Tonight, M.E.N didn't expect McCloskey to come out the way he came out. You know, he was so awkward. M.E.N hadn't worked him out, really. And, you know, McCloskey was putting up a great performance, and he was looking strong, he was looking good, and it was shaping up to be a great fight. It's a shame it was stopped. It shouldn't have been stopped. I don't think he'll ever surprise M.E.N again. But who knows? It's unfinished business. I think they should have a rematch.
Well, Rob, you've got
I mean, I like M.E.N. There's no reason for me to over-criticise him, but I do really think he needs to be serious about. I mean, he seems to have got stronger in every fight prior to this fight, and he's gone a little bit backward, I thought. Like, very amateur, like I say, some of the things he was doing, and he exposed himself to being open, I thought. I mean, he seemed a little bit wary of, you know, of McCloskey. McCloskey's not a necessarily big puncher, you know, so...
But we have to say that he was 6 rounds up on all the judges' scorecards. Then these early rounds, he was dominating the fight, was he not, Steve Collins?
He was winning the fight, but he wasn't dominating the fight. That's the wrong expression, you know.
Yeah,
he was winning, but McCloskey to me always looked dangerous, and he looked awkward, and you know, Khan just couldn't work him out. And I think McCloskey put up a great plan, a great performance, and he was landing. McCloskey, you know, was just missing by some very dangerous shots. Later on the round, you know, Khan might not have been as sharp to get out of the way. It was shaping up to be a great fight, and it's a shame for the two fighters that it didn't finish. Khan doesn't want the rematch. He wants to move on to bigger and better fights because there's bigger paydays out there that are probably less risky.
And the thing is, it's a 12-round fight, it's a world title fight, it's a 12-round fight. We're only in the 5th round, do you know what I mean? And so you can't imagine, McCloskey wasn't that far behind. I mean, M.E.N was winning the rounds just because he was throwing plenty of punches, but not a lot of were landing, and McCloskey was making him miss a lot, I found. And you never know in this game, do you know what I mean, if it had gone on a bit longer, whether McCloskey could have caught him as he was coming in, because he seemed to be very square on and very open to me.
Listen, a lot of people out there on prime time, a lot of people leaving here will be saying, a bit like us here, I cannot believe it's ended that way it has. And let's just
see, I mean, he was caught there, Khan with a good right hand himself.
And I think when the clash of heads happens, Khan thinks, goodness me, is that me? Have I been cut here?
Yeah, it looked like he actually hurt the top of his head, so that's how hard the impact was, you know.
And like you can see, Khan's throwing a lot of punches, but McCloskey was actually making it miss quite a bit. You know, so he was, you know, building up to being, like Steve said, to be a good fight. We were only in round 5. Do you know what I mean? It's a 12-round fight, round 6, sorry, and it was building up to be a good fight.
But you see, as soon as the referee does this and takes him to the doctor. Now, I'm just looking to see if we get any thought that he has quit there.
No, he's not quitting. He's looking at his corner and saying, I can't believe this. He's shaking his head not to stop the fight.
No,
he looks a bit bemused there, doesn't he? He doesn't look like he's, you know, agreed to any, you know, he's like, he
heard what the doctor said. Yeah. You know, it's professional boxing, it's a fight. There's not really involved, you know what I mean? Yeah. Let him finish the round, they'll go back to the corner. If the corner can't stop the flow,
I think that would be my big thing about this. All right, it's a cut.
It's a cut.
He's also taking away Khan's opportunity to have a big win before a big unification. But he spoiled it for M.E.N as well. It's not just about McCloskey. M.E.N has been, you know, has lost an opportunity.
Sure, we just saw Barry Hearn there, who you know very well. He doesn't lose his rag easily.
I've never seen him lose like that. He scared me.
I mean, it's like you say, when it was the cut, you know, a cut's a cut, and it was above the eye, and it can be dangerous, you know, as the fight progresses. But I mean, the thing is, he wasn't pouring blood in the eye. A little
just stop you in a moment, because a lot of complaints will be directed towards the British Boxing Board of Control. Robert Smith is the main man there. Let us hear what Rob has to say to Andy.
Thanks, Jim. Yeah, this is Rob Smith, obviously General Secretary of the British Boxing Board of Control. Rob, scenes at the end suggest there was obviously some bad feeling there. Was it slightly distasteful the way that fight finished? Were you disappointed?
Oh, of course I'm disappointed at a fight to end like that. It's unsatisfactory, isn't it? You know, it's turning out to be a good fight. But they're the rules. You know, it was a referee deemed it as an accidental head clash. Go to the scorecards after 4 rounds. So, and obviously Amir was ahead. So, but it's unfortunate, very unfortunate.
We spoke to Barry Hearn, who was very animated in that ring. He said he'll be putting a complaint into you. So let's assume that letter drops onto your desk or email, whatever we do these days. Probably comes through Twitter. But once Barry voices his complaints, what can you say to Barry?
Well, first of all, the decision is a decision. The referee made the call, and Paul lost. We'll obviously look at the situation, maybe go to the WBA, ask if there's a possibility of a rematch. But obviously Amir has other things to look forward to, and it's just unfortunate. It's, you know, it's sport. It's unfortunate.
I mean, let's be realistic. Is there, if Golden Boy and Amir decide they want to move onwards and upwards, and we are led to believe it's Timothy Bradley next up, is there a lot you can do? I mean, it's just unfortunate for Paul McCloskey that he might not get another shot at Khan.
This was a voluntary defence. It was not a mandatory challenge. It was a voluntary defence. Paul put up a great performance. He's proved he's entitled to be in that class of contest, and I'm sure he can move on. He wouldn't have done himself any harm in that performance at all.
Tell you what, for all it was a disappointing finish, though, it was in a lot of ways a great night for British boxing because it was a tremendous atmosphere, and it's nice to have Amir back in this country. I hope he does come back more often.
Absolutely. I mean, it was buzzing in here, wasn't it? I don't know how many people, 18, 19,000 people. It was buzzing, and you know, when things go well for Britain, great sport, great sporting heroes, and Amir and Paul were a credit to the sport.
Rob, appreciate your time. Honest, frank words from Rob Smith there, and can't ask any more of that, can we?
Absolutely well done. Robert Smith are coming, giving the official view from the Board of Control. And you look at it, Robert, and actually we do have sympathies for McCloskey, but deep down, do you feel his moment has passed him by?
Yeah, I mean, this moment's gone, you know, against Amir Khan fighting for the world title. But like Rob said, he could go on to, you know, European champion. That keeps him in the top 10. You know, he should get another chance. Maybe not at Amir Khan, but he might get a chance at one of the other belts.
You guys both, like Steve, it's a brutal game. You don't always get what you
always
deserve.
look at the positive side of it. Amir Khan goes on and fights Tim Bradley, becomes one of the biggest fighters in the world, and eventually, you know, they will look for the rematch because of what happened tonight, and it's going to be a bigger payday for Paul McCloskey. So maybe it might, on the long run, might do him a favour. Yeah. You know, Amir Khan goes on, unifies the division, and then gives McCloskey a rematch. It's a bigger fight. Sure. It'll be in Vegas. It's a trip for us, you know. So we've got to think positive. It's unfortunate what happened tonight. I'm really good for McCloskey. He put up a great performance. You know, Amir Khan will have learned a lot from this fight because he can't beat everybody as easy as he thinks he can. I hope Amir Khan goes on and beats Tim Bradley. Okay. And McCloskey gets that.
You see John Breen in McCloskey's corner there, and it's great. I mean, everyone sees the fight from their own man's eyes, don't they? And they say, listen, he was tiring. Our plan was always to come on strong. We'd have won this fight on points. I mean, do you buy into that anyway at all?
I mean, it's hard to say after the way the fight was going. But I mean, he did from what I was seeing, he was making Amir Khan miss quite a bit. And I mean, what I was looking for, McCloskey to do was maybe try and counter him as he was coming in. Unfortunately, he didn't do that. You know, we'll never find out if that was ever going to happen.
You're wicked at it.
Yeah, I have to say, the corners are very clever. They're like politicians. They've been in the game a long time. John Breen, the whole lot. They know what they're talking about. You know, to me, they both fight. The only thing I don't agree with is I don't honestly believe that McCloskey wanted the fight stopped. I think he shook his head in disbelief was being started. That's the one thing I will correct. But the corners are very good.
We're all in unanimous agreement about that.
The corners all spoke. They spoke well. They said the right things. You know, opposite to what the others said. You know, they're experienced people. They've been there a long time.
Let's talk about Amir Khan, still very much the champion, still just that one defeat on his record, now looking for Tim Bradley in July. I mean, we've criticised him tonight, which is absolutely right as well, but do you think he has it in his armoury to unify that division, the light welterweight division?
Yeah, I mean, I think the problem he had with McCloskey tonight was the fact that he's southpaw, very tricky, do you know what I mean? Tim Bradley's a different kettle of fish. You know, he'll maybe go away and look at this fight, and when he studies it himself, you know, see what mistakes I thought he was making, although he won the fight, don't get me wrong, you know, when you know, that's what I've noticed with Amir Khan in the past. When he got beat by Prescott, he went away, you know, back to the drawing board, obviously looked about the, you know, the things he was doing wrong, and came back stronger. You know, as long as he doesn't think that was a brilliant performance or anything like that, which I don't think he does when he look.
I think, you know, on hindsight, I think Amir Khan is doing the right thing. Fight Tim Bradley, make the big payday, and give McCloskey a rematch. The difference now is, you know, Amir Khan was caught unexpected tonight. He didn't expect McCloskey to come in with this style, which was very effective, very well planned. Next time he might be ready for it, he might perform better, maybe he'll win. I don't know, but maybe he's doing the, you know, say, I'll give him a rematch, but let me get
down the line, and he'll keep hold of that European title. You know, I think we did say, Robert, in the build-up to this one, you know, how committed McCloskey was, how mentally strong he was, and what an awkward fighter he was to fight him. And he might be one of those who needs him club, really.
Yeah,
exactly.
He's one of them fighters. He's a southpaw. Nobody likes fighting southpaws as it is. Orthodox fighters, should I say.
He made a very good fighter look ordinary because he had that awkward style.
And he's an awkward southpah. He's an awkward southpaw.
It's a bit like Harold Graham. No one wanted to fight Harold Graham because he made the best guy. He made good guys look ordinary. You know, people stared him like a plague. Amir Khan, you know, if he wants to fight him, I think he should probably now wait to get the Tim Bradley fight, win that, and come back and give McCloskey the big pay that he deserves.
He was so keen, Amir Khan, to put on that show, and I almost got the feeling, Rob, that at times he was stretching. He was just going for the bingo punch in that fourth round.
That's where he could have made a mistake.
Made a mistake the way he was walking in with two hands.
He was getting a bit anxious. He wanted to get him out there. You know, this guy's making me look bad. I got to get him out. I've got a big payday, which they've already planned.
Exactly.
Obviously, it's in their plans because De La Hoya spoke about tonight.
Sure.
That's been marked. That fight's going to happen.
And the thing
tonight
is, like,
would have set the whole up.
Like we were saying earlier, the underdog thing, and I mean, Amir Khan obviously being a champion, King Khan and everything else. He's a nice lad and all the rest of it. He's got big fights planned ahead, but the pressure's always on when you're the champ. Don't forget, you've got these underdogs and these people. They're going to try and rip that title away from you. Do you know what I mean? So you've always got to be careful.
Everybody after tonight knows who Paul McCloskey is.
Exactly. Well, that's a very, very good point, because who's he fighting again? And Paul who? What's his name? And where's he from? It's been a big night for him.
And that rematch hopefully will happen one day. And you know what? It'll be better if it happens after the Tim Bradley.
You're not taking up promoting here, are you?
No, I'm thinking McCloskey getting the rematch, but let's get it when it's a bigger fight. And if Khan goes on, and unifies the division, McCloskey is saying, we have one thing in this business, and it's a bigger fight from.
It would sell again on the back of the way this one finished, and a word about the atmosphere that we had.
Look at how many tickets McCloskey sold. I believe McCloskey probably sold more tickets. I mean, a lot of British fans here tonight are here, supporting Khan. But I think individually, McCloskey probably sold more tickets than Khan did. People came to watch a lot of fights tonight, but McCloskey sold a hell of a lot of tickets. He's a good fighter. He's a good fighter. And he's a better fighter.
31 though. Is it time probably not on his side, is it?
Oh, I don't know. He's 31's young,
Listen,
today's 31.
I'm still going.
It's the new 21.
We could stand here chewing the fat all night, couldn't we? But we've got to wrap it up there. I really have enjoyed your company. It's been absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much indeed. Great stuff. Good.
Cheers.
And I hope you've enjoyed yourself here on Prime Time. Not lacking drama this fight. Amir Khan is still very much the world champion. We hope to see him fighting on these shores again, well, in the not too distant future. It might be a little while though, but we remember Paul McCloskey for his brave challenge tonight. We remember that stoppage. I hope you've enjoyed it here on Prime Time. We'll see you soon. Good night.